What is better than an edgy harem? Well, an anime about incest. Sometimes we get both in the same show, which is the greatest piece of entertainment ever made. But now we have to make do with some sister love. Oreimo is a romance anime where the sister loves her brother. Nothing special for an anime, I know. Seen so many more similar instances. But this title seems to enjoy more respect from the community, as the interest angle is used to further the difficulty of their romance, and does not only serve as an excuse for fan service. Oreimo also presents a world where cute hot girls are into moe culture. How can this be? The sister is a model for some famous magazine.
お前モデルだったんだ。
まあね。
知らなかった。
And you want me to believe that she's also an otaku? I don't know, man. I would rather believe in Super Saiyans rather than consider that hot attractive chicks might be hardcore nerds.
そんなこと言ってないでしょ。
What the anime gets right is the main character, the Oni-chan of the series. He's a rather attractive and likable dude. If any sisters are to fall in love with their siblings, it's either this dude or Kirito from SAO. My point is, this dude deserves the sister pussy. Now you have a romance anime. How can you start a story for a lot of episodes? Well, the answer is easy. I usually don't watch romance stories, but I get the gist of it. You see, the easiest way to complicate things and makes everything awkward and confusing is to make the love interest a tsundere.
そこ何がおかしい。
Since we see things from the dude's perspective, it's only natural for his sister to be overly complicated and unwilling to show her feelings towards others.
うるさい。
For some reason, girls seem to like the show, maybe because it tries to show things from a female perspective as well, or it could be the emphasis on character development rather than fan service. Many probable reasons. But the anime is a success. I showed Oreimo to my sister, and she kinda enjoyed it as well. This is more of a slice of life show, and from all I've had the pleasure to watch, I say this one does dialogue and exposition best. But enough about the introduction, let's get into the story. Well, the anime is about some dude that fantasizes about his sister.
お前偽物だろ。なぜならな、俺の妹様はな、起こしに来もしねえし。
Sadly for him, she ain't as willing and cheerful as he would have liked. At the beginning, she seemed completely uninterested in him and only starts to actually communicate to him once he shows him her eroge game collection.
なってるの。
It was kind of suspicious that all the titles were about little sisters sleeping with their older brother, which should have been a bit disturbing for the main character. But he takes it pretty well, probably because he was also fantasizing about her in his own way.
そうそう。
This whole premise might sound suspicious and messed up, but from all the incest anime I've watched so far, Oreimo is very light with references and fan service. Not much edgy to speak of, if any. Therefore, the show has a more psychological and character-driven take on the possibility of falling in love with your sibling.
回復した。
It starts innocent, and the blonde denies any desire for the real world. She claims her big brother fetish is only in her games and other otaku media.
どこに目をつけているの。
But with a brother like that, I'm pretty sure she's in denial.
すごい。
Guess it's about time to mention their names. We get a case of double case. Kyosuke in Kirino. As I said before, Kirino is a very attractive young lady, and it's very hard for me to believe she's actually an otaku. I mean, she's a freaking model. She gets paid a lot of money to look pretty and take care of her aesthetic. Therefore, there's no way she's wasting nights and jeopardizing her health and beauty just because she wants to play some perverted, sick video game. This was obviously made to appeal to the male audience and to also empower the female otaku who might watch this anime. Also, it's rather strange how Kirino managed to keep her job. Modeling is a rather risky profession, not to mention she's very young and naive. Who knows what she might sign in her contracts. Modeling might lead to nudes or even pornos. Just saying, people could take advantage of this cute lady. Second of all, she's merely 14. So yeah, this whole thing is pretty weird. Well, the anime had to give a reason for which he has so much money to spend on eroge games and questionable figurines.
キモ見るなっつったでしょ
But it sounds more like an addiction rather than hobby if you ask me. Best of all, Kirino should just experiment her fantasies with her actual brother. It's way cheaper and quite safe, as they are family after all, and they trust each other.
言ってあげてもいいけど
It might help with the stress hormones as well, plus she has no problem entering his room at night. Just take it to the next level, guys. Yosugano Sora style. Man, that was an intense anime. Obviously, one Tsundere Loli sister ain't enough to please an audience, and the show quickly introduces a rival for Kirino. She is challenged both in romance and in her otaku ways by this little gothic loli nicknamed Kuroneko. Her real name is Ruri, but she calls herself Kuroneko, which means black cat in Japanese.
わからないでしょうね諦めなさい
It was contact laces to make her blue eyes appear red. Such a shame for her beautiful eyes. Blue eyes are extremely attractive. There was no need for her to change their colors. We could have had a blue-eyed brunette and a blue-eyed blonde catfight each other.
何よ
Gothic vampire Lolita it is. She reminds me of the little sister from Haganai. She was also obsessed with her favorite gothic anime Kata and tried to cosplay her daily. Hatsundere girls aside, this anime wouldn't have worked so well if not for the well-developed and interesting protagonist. He is mostly clueless to love or otaku culture, which makes him a perfect contrast to his sister. He also has the task of interacting with girls that are weird and special in their own bizarre way, kind of like the dude from the Bakemonogatari series, only that here, Kyosuke does not need to get hurt and risk his own life to understand the females around him. Maybe the anime's subtleties is what makes it so intriguing and unique. The fact that Oreimo does not rely on pointless action or standard romance scenarios is what makes his title so popular in the community. You're not a true Imamoto lover if you haven't watched Oreimo. When it comes to the story structure, the show prefers more simple character-driven scenarios.
何どういうつもり
It starts with Kirino introducing her brother to the taco magical girl world she's so captivated with.
一回くれたもんじゃ意味わかんないいいから出てっけ
She has quite a collection in her closet. Damn, I collect a few manga and anime in my life, but I cannot compete with that amount of lolis.
こっちがシリーズ3定規米シリーズ2妹たちと遊ぼうシリーズ9天元と小十二姉妹シリーズ16最終兵器元
After his unusually calm reaction to her secret, Kirino presents her brother to her real-life friends as well. Here's where we meet Kuroneko, as she is wearing her signature gothic cosplay, and does not bother to talk with anyone while scrolling on her phone. Now that I can relate to. Not being petite or wearing a dress, but with how she's completely neglecting her social life. It's like a mirror to my high school experience.
何あ何かしら言ってごらんなさい
I'm kinda glad it's over. So, that might keeps on giving more and more opportunities for Kyosuke and Kirino to interact with each other. The protagonist is doing quite well on its own actually. At school, there's one chick that seems to really have her heart for him. Her name is Maname, and she is Kyosuke's childhood friend. She wears glasses and has a rather pale and innocent look. Maname has a crush on Kyosuke and blushes whenever he compliments her. Obviously, the main character is completely oblivious to her feelings and misses every chance to score.
何が
京ちゃんのバカ
Now that I look a bit more careful at him, he also resembles Raku from Nisekoi, having to choose between a blonde and a brunette. Thankfully, Oreimo didn't go for the classic love triangle cliché, and he mostly emphasizes on the social implication of being an otaku and loving your sibling.
てっきり愛の眼差し方やめてよもうキモ
Luckily for Kirino, her brother proves to be a dependable and brave person who helps her with her hobbies and even covers for her mistakes. This is what keeps the anime going. The siblings' relationship develops slowly and gradually into a romance. This is intriguing to see how one hobbies can show so much about his character. The moment where things get heated is in episode 4. It's when the siblings have to fight for a box filled with perverted material. Kyosuke tries to help his sister not embarrass herself in front of her friends, but she takes it the wrong way and offers a struggle. The event climax with the main character ending up in a compromising position with Kirino. Here's where the real romance starts, as they make skin contact and the brother gets to touch his sister's boobs and molest her in front of her girlfriends. A beautiful moment, no wonder it is a rather popular scene from the anime. I also have to mention that Kuroneko is very cute and an amazing cat girl. Her lighter tone and gothy attire only adds to her cute, innocent charm. She's my waifu from the series. I give Oreimo an 8 out of 10. If you like romance anime, this is a decent one to choose, but if you like incest, this show is a must-watch.
ひょっとして彼氏でもできたとか？ないないない、それはない。